Hi, welcome to Barb's Kitchen Center. My name is Celeste and this is my test kitchen. Today we are going to put together a soup in a jar. Soups in a jar are a great thing just to have in your kitchen when you're in a hurry and you want to have a supper ready just like that. Or what I did this year for coaches' gifts was I made soup in a jar and then got some pottery mugs and put it in a bag and gave it to all my coaches, and they thought that was just the bee's knees. So today we are going to put together the spicy curry lentil soup. There we go. So I have a jar. I got a nice Weck jar because they look pretty. So looking pretty is always a good thing. And I need 2/3 of a cup. And will I be able to find 1/3 of a cup? Sure, there we go. 1/3 of a cup measure, so I need 2 of these. And you just start layering. You can layer it pretty, you can layer it just any old which way you want. It is totally up to you. So if you wanted to be a little more interesting, you'd set your jar on an edge, put in your stuff, keep it on an edge. It's kind of hard to do when you've only got 2 hands, so I won't be that fancy today. Next, we need 2/3 of a cup of green lentils. And again, because these things are all different colored, it can look quite stunning. One. Are we gonna make it? Oh, close enough. Then our spices, so a tablespoon of curry powder. And any curry powder that makes you happy is fine. This is one we sell here in the store and we really quite like it. So put that down and just try to even it out a little bit without sending it all the way through the lentils. And then some garlic. Again, another tablespoon of garlic. Chopped dried onions. Right here are my chopped dried onions. So I'll put in a couple of tablespoons of these guys. And some vegetable stock. You could use a bouillon cube, but I prefer the vegetable stock we have here. This one is low sodium, so it's not super salty, which because I use the granulated garlic will make it taste saltier, so you want to reduce the salt in your stock. How much vegetable stock? Oh, 4 tablespoons. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and put some chilies in here just to kick up the spice a notch. It depends on your tolerance for spice, but these are dried and really they don't have quite as much kick as you think they would, so I'll be a little bit generous with those. And last but not least, I'm using a dried coconut milk powder that we have here in the store. And because I don't want to contaminate, I'm going to use 1/4 of a cup because it's about 4 tablespoons you want, and that works out to roughly around 1/4 of a cup. And I find my lid, knock over my lentils because, it's always good to be a klutz in the kitchen. If you wanted, you could add a little bit of rice to this if you want, but it's a really nice cream soup all by itself. So you snap on the lids on the Weck jar. So once you have your soup all wrapped up in a jar, you can print off a nice, pretty attachment to go with it, saying who it's to and who it's from, and they can go home, read their instructions of how to prepare it. In this case, it's 5 cups of water, on the stove for this one is 20 minutes. If you're using a pressure cooker, it's 10 or less. And you will have a lovely curry lentil soup. Thanks for joining us.